Just because you have diabetes, it doesn't mean that you have to have foot problems associated with it. My name is Dr. Andrew Schneider, and I'm a podiatrist in Houston, Texas. In my practice, I work with many people who have diabetes. Some are incredibly well controlled and their visit is a mere formality. Others have continual foot problems related to diabetes. In today's video, I'll discuss how to care for and protect your feet to prevent problems from occurring. But before I get into it, please like, share, and subscribe to this video. Also, I wrote a book all about diabetic foot health, and you can get it for free at www.diabeticfootbook.com. Can you believe that some people feel that just having diabetes, it's a foregone conclusion there will be an amputation of some part of the foot at some point? It's simply not the truth. If there's a problem, it's essential that you reach out as soon as you notice one to get it resolved. Even better is to prevent the problem from occurring in the first place. Here are some simple but important things you can do to prevent a diabetes-related foot problem. First, get into the habit of inspecting your feet every day. The best time to do this is at night when you're getting into bed. What are you looking for? You're looking for cuts, redness, bleeding, pus, swelling, sores, blisters, corns, calluses, or any other change to the skin or nails. If you can't inspect your feet yourself, use a mirror or a camera to help. You can also ask a family member to help you. Well, why every day? If you find something during your inspection, you know that it is no more than 24 hours old. The faster you treat a problem, the faster and more likely we are to get it healed completely. Next, you want to wash your feet daily in warm water. Be careful not to use water that is too hot. I recommend testing the water with your elbow, much like you would when you bathe a baby. This is important because if you have numbness due to peripheral neuropathy, it can affect your hands also. You want to apply cream or lotion to your feet. Diabetes can cause your feet to dry, and moisturizing them can prevent cracks that can become infected. But be careful not to apply cream between your toes. This can cause athlete's foot infection to form. Next, be sure to never go barefoot. Even inside around the house, it's important to protect your feet with shoes or house shoes that have a good sole to them. If your feet are numb, you won't feel if you step on something like a splinter or a piece of glass or a carpet tack. Believe it or not, I once pulled out a whole toothpick from someone's foot. This is not something that is rare, but rather much more common than you'd think. You also want to make sure you wear well-fitting shoes. You don't want your shoes to have any hot spots that will cause problems. If you have a foot deformity, such as a bunion or hammer toe, then find a shoe that has extra depth. Shoes like this are marketed specifically to diabetics for this very reason. You also want to make sure that you wear socks with your shoes. Again, there are specific socks designed for people with diabetes. These socks have some compression, but lack the tight band on top of the socks, which can cut off your circulation. Generally speaking, you should trim your toenails straight across. There are exceptions to this rule, however. If your nail is particularly curved, then you should round off the corners. You want to make sure there are no sharp edges or corners that can cut into you. If you have trouble reaching or seeing your feet, a podiatrist can often do this for you. If you have corns or calluses, they're a sign that there is excess pressure in certain areas of your feet. Never try to remove them yourself. Using something sharp while trying to maneuver to reach your feet is a disaster waiting to happen. You also should never use the over-the-counter corn or callus removers. They contain an acid that can burn the healthy skin too. You should get into the habit of taking your shoes off at your doctor's visits. Not just your podiatrist, your primary care doctor should look at your feet when you're there for an examination as well. I recommend that you visit with your podiatrist at a minimum of every 6 months. If you have any risk factors like peripheral arterial disease or peripheral neuropathy, or you've had a diabetic foot ulcer, the visits will likely be more frequent. Also, keep the blood flowing with feet-friendly activities. These can include walking, bike riding, and swimming. Diabetes does not exclude you from other activities such as running, but if you're not careful, however, you can develop blisters that can worsen into diabetic foot ulcers. There are times when you shouldn't wait until your next appointment to get your feet checked. Be sure to give us a call if you have pain in your legs or cramping in your buttocks, thighs, or calves during physical activity. This is a sign of poor circulation. If you have tingling, burning, or pain in your feet, these are signs of peripheral neuropathy. Loss of sense of touch or ability to feel heat or cold very well are other signs of peripheral neuropathy. If you see a change in the shape of your feet over time, loss of hair on your toes, feet, or lower legs, dry, cracked skin on your feet, a change in the color or temperature of your feet, thickened yellow toenails, a fungus infection such as athlete's foot between your toes, or a blister, sore, ulcer, infected corn, or ingrown toenail. If you catch one of these problems when they're small, it'll prevent them from becoming more significant and severe problems down the road. If you've noticed any of them, contact the office and say, "I'm diabetic and I think I have a problem," and we'll get you in for an immediate appointment. In next week's video, we'll discuss all about diabetic peripheral neuropathy. In the meantime, please take a moment to like, comment, subscribe, and share on social media to help others find the information they need. Don't forget to pick up my free book about diabetic foot health at www.diabeticfootbook.com. The link is at the top of the description below. If you are diabetic and you think you may have a foot problem, contact us at the office for an immediate appointment. That link is also in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.